Hello. What? It's your mom. Whoa, Seaside is live. Mm. Fugazis. The fake, the frauds, the fugazi. I was asleep. Okay. Let me I guess we can share Seaside stream. What up, Tyler? I need to file my nail. I broke. Does he not have sound? Okay. There's that. It's only 1:11 in the morning. The book. Praise the Lord. What's this? Oh, now there's sound. Let's see. Okay. Nice little fire. Wow, the air conditioning just fucking kicked on. Kind of sad that it's already that hot. Excuse me. All right, let's see if I can find a nail file. Nuh-uh, there's still ice in my Dutch Bros from last night. That's fucking nutty. I had it in this little koozie thing. Let me see if I can show you guys. Ooh, that was a can poppin'. Pussy, pussy poppin'. Pussy poppin' on the handstand. Pussy, pussy poppin'. Why isn't my camera working? There? What the fuck? My camera stopped working. It's not turning on. Here, let me remove myself. How fucking crazy is it, you guys, that my Dutch Bros still has ice from last night? You know why? Because I put it in this thingy. Why? I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to dump it out right now. But I just thought that was crazy. Oh, yeah. And by the way, this is what I look like when I just wake up because I'm like pretty. Because I'm like pretty. Duh. Okay. All right, let's grab a nail filer. Oh, what did Seaside say? Good morning, Nails. That's cool. Seaside, you're the best. What you doing, Seaside? You want to come up on my panel?
That's what she says.
Okay, I'm filing my nail. Then I want to make my bed. Let's see. Okay, let's keep filing. File. Okay, doesn't look too bad. I broke my nail yesterday, so, and I just got them done on Tuesday. Okay, much better. You're funny. Okay. I'm gonna put this in my backpack because I'm starting a new little adventure. So I bought this really cool looking like charger. So so like this is the charger. Okay, and this is what your phone connects to. So it's like a really pretty like cheetah print charger, you know? Cheetah print charger. Steve said it's coffee this morning. Okay, there. All right. Let's dump out this drink. By the way, I think that you guys will notice that more people enjoy the company of others that are single and miserable than they do those that are happy and in relationships, because it's hard for people to stomach seeing other people happy when they're not. Okay. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Not that anyone cares, but I am. Okay, let's make our bed now. Time to make the bed. Last night
Quick, the sunrise.
Ooh, the sunrise. Let's see the sunrise, Seaside.
That's super nice.
Ooh, very nice. So last night,
and we got the boats on the water.
Definitely not even close to rising over here. Everybody's just going to bed over here.
The lobster.
So last night I went to Pilates. After Pilates, I was so sore. Like I had a really hard workout. So I came home and I've been sleeping ever since.
But less than yesterday.
I didn't even eat dinner. I just went right to sleep when I got home. So let's see, I've been sleeping since like 6.
So the noise in the backgrounds are the boats on the water.
Wow. Very nice.
It actually starts today.
Oh.
They did some preliminary catches the last 2 days. All conclusive. It's going to be a very good season. Oh, yeah.
Seaside, I'm copying
every morning for the next 10 to 12 weeks.
Very cool.
And then they go sit on their ass for 40 weeks. Yeah. That's how you make a living, my friend. Work 10, 12 weeks per year, and you collect the cash. And, you know, you can have one of those. Easy. Right.
Okay, so
very nice. Yeah.
I bought these new shoes. I customized some Vans. And you know, I would just like to shout out to Eat It with the Spoon. If you're out there, you do YouTube the way I like to do YouTube, and I really miss you. Wish you were around. You don't take things too serious. Like, you're pretty awesome. But you're gone, and you can only hope you come back.
And it's slowly changing to yellow from the orange. Last about 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
So here's my new Vans. Wow, they don't even send them to you in a shoebox anymore. They send them to you in a gosh darn bag.
I got my little dose
The
of twilight
hell?
every morning.
That's sad.
Makes the guy happy. And other things.
Ooh, these feel pretty big. Are these the right size? 8.5 in women. Check. Let's see. These are not that cute, like I thought. And they're definitely big.
Back to where it's warm.
Huh. That sucks. I don't want these. Huh. Wow, this sucks. I can't believe they're big. They're huge. They're freaking humongous. That sucks. Hey, Sir Jacob, how are you? I customized these Vans and they came in like way too big. They're a fail. Let me see. They're a total and utter fail. Let me see if I could show them real quick. So I customized these Vans. Okay. And they're way too fucking big on me. So these are, here, let me full screen myself. So these are them. First of all, the print on the front isn't dark. Like, it looked darker on the thingy. Yeah, so I customized these and I'm not into them. So, and they're too big. So fuck everybody, I'm pissed. Gotta figure out what to do. Whatever. Oh. Put some Dr. Scholl's gel inside. You're right, I could do that. Smart idea, actually. Smart idea. They sent me this thank you for making a custom order. You like the blue inside? Yeah, I don't know what the sizing they're going off of, but that ain't my size, and I am an 8.5 in women's, so it's a bit weird. I would have made the outside bright yellow though. Yeah. That's funny. I was thinking about, you know how they have that marshmallow color that's like off-white? I was thinking about making the bottom that color. I should have. That would look better. Did you ever get Dutch Bros, Jacob? If so, do you ever get the Rebels? If so, do you have any flavor recommendations? Ow, almost poked myself in the eye. Let's see. I think I'm gonna get a car wash today. So what the Dutch Bros Rebels are is it's like a Red Bull, except they add flavors to it. So like they'll add like strawberry, white chocolate, or almond, or blackberry, orange, pomegranate. There's millions of flavors. So there's a lot of videos out there of people like mixing flavor concoctions. And like yesterday I got one, it was called a dinosaur egg. And apparently it's like, let me see what it said it had in it. Apple banner on deck. What does that mean, Seaside?
What do you want?
Okay, so let me look and see. So the dinosaur egg one I got, it had.
Little early for bones.
I should try the Shark Attack.
Too early.
It has blueberry, coconut, and lime. I definitely want to try that one. So the dinosaur egg one has blueberry, raspberry, or no, sorry, it's called blue raspberry with almond, strawberry, white chocolate. Oh my God. Hi,
Yes.
Magical. How are you?
The apple fritter cross Bruce Banner number 3.
We're watching Seaside's Fire.
From Jyoti in BC. Check him out.
Gotta get this off my shirt. Gotta get this off my shirt. Gotta get this off my shirt. Got it. Okay. So there's these Biore
Can I help you with
strips
something?
for
Yo,
blackheads, and
can I help you?
you have to wear them all day. Oh,
You want some bone? It's a little early. Yeah. Really?
Hi, puppy.
Oh, you have to wait.
Okay.
Bone. That's all he wants. Bones. He wants some bones and it's too early.
Alrighty. So there's that. Bad boy. You make me feel so good. Bad boy. You make me feel so good.
Warm it up for a bit. Yeah, like that.
Sorry, I stepped away. I'm back. What up, Seaside? What up, Magical? What up, Jacob? What up, people? Let's You know what? We're going to do a couple house things right now. Let's put some toilet paper in the closet. But first,
Nobody.
bad, bad, bad boy. You make me feel so good. You know you make me feel so good.
I'll close this for a second. Oh, it's the banner that
Oh.
fogged my eyes. I thought there was smoke in here.
I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope everybody knows that I love them.
It's funny. Calling for rain today, but so far
It feels nice to go live this early and be able to talk to myself without people caring.
But I said it was calling for rain, and okay, let me get a bone.
Okay. I'm clearing off my bathroom counter so I can wipe it down. So anyways, what's everybody gonna do today with their amazing Friday? Let's see. So
There's smoke in the house.
I definitely have to take the trash out today because I've been procrastinating that task. I wish I had somebody here to take the trash out for me. Okay.
All right. Friday today was calling for full rain, 10 to 15 mil. And today it's going to be sun with clouds.
Sun and clouds?
The weather changes so fast. So whenever it's nice, you gotta think about it.
It's going to be sun and clouds, apparently, today. Okay. I'm opening up these tissues because what I like to do is I like to stack my tissues or my toilet paper in the closet so that whenever you need to grab toilet paper, you don't have to fucking sit there and try to open up this toilet paper thing covered in plastic. Instead, it's just all nice and stacked in a row in my closet. Well, not my like my closet where I keep all my supplies. Unfortunately, people
So
who
late this afternoon.
inherit
there's
their
mist
dead
and
mother's
rain.
trailers can't have a closet for their toilet paper.
Not much, but the garden needs it.
Okay. It would be fun if somebody would wake up and join my channel.
Like that. Was it good?
That would be fun. Alrighty. Only 2 more bags of toilet paper. Oh my god, hey Stoic. What was it? Who told you you were on the 33? And if you'd like to come up and hang out with me, feel free. Oops. Didn't need to do that. Oh shit. That's my channel. Happy birthday if you just turned 15. You're a cutie little child. Let me go get my phone. Oh, sorry. I think I posted the wrong link. Is that to my YouTube video? Shows you how there I am right now. Tell your 15-year-old hello and happy to the birthday. It's his birthday. Oh, if you can produce children unlike others. I'm just kidding. Stoic has a son. Or a daughter. I don't know. One of them. Okay. Alrighty. Bad, 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 bad. Bad, 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 bad boy. So good. Oh my god, hey! Hi! How are you?
I'm pretty good. It's only 8:42 p.m. So it's like daytime over here. Still the daytime. Very chirpy.
It's 1:42 a.m. here.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
cool.
today-
So sometimes you're up quite early and then sometimes you're up still late at night.
No, it's weird. Like today, last night I went to bed at like 6 p.m. because I had a really hard workout. And so by the time I got home, I was really tired. Yeah.
Cool.
Cut you off the
Well,
fire.
well done.
Thank
Let's check this out.
you. So what are you
I
up
actually-
to today?
Well, I was just saying that it was a Mintus's. I shouldn't say that. Whoopsie. Never mind. Too late now. It's my son's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Garbage truck.
Yeah, so I told him happy birthday from you. He wouldn't be
Thank
too
you.
chuffed to. I've hid myself down the other end of the house so that he doesn't hear me online or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna
He doesn't
say.
like me being online.
Yeah.
He's like he's really worried that somehow kids at school are going to find out that his mum was online and they're going to have somehow watched the stream. He thinks they're going to figure out where the house is, and somehow he's going to get targeted or teased or something.
Express
Like,
garbage
yeah,
time.
God.
yeah, he said to me before, don't stream from the house.
Oh my God. How funny.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So
funny
I don't know if it's something to do with his autism or whether kids at school do check out other people's families' pages and whatnot, but I'm not connected to him on Facebook.
Well,
And we've got a different surname.
I was watching this show the other day where, do you know who Sherry Shepherd is? She has like a talk show.
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
she's got no, it's
Has
okay.
she got
She's got
red
like
hair?
a talk show, and she has like a son, and she was talking about how her son like never wants her to show him on the talk show, and never wants him.
Yes.
Yeah, never wants to be mentioned, never wants any attention from it. And I just find it
Yes.
so funny the way kids are these days is they find that stuff embarrassing. They don't want like their faces on it, which us, we would have thought that was like cool as hell back then, you know?
Oh well, we've got a different thing down this neck of the world. So Aboriginal people and not so much Māori people, but definitely Aboriginal people believe that if your face, the image of your face is taken and you pass away, that your soul can come back through that image and look at the world. So it's like it's like a portal. Yeah, so they see it as like a portal. And that's why they're like, you've got to be really careful of anyone getting a hold of your image. And then there's a rule that for at least 12 months, so 1 year minimum, after a person passes away, out of respect, no one is allowed to post any pictures or videos of that person or have any pictures displayed in their house or on their phone, like just not to look at them, not to look at any images of them for 1 year. And that's at least to give their spirit a chance to move away from this realm and go over to the next part.
So is that something that you believe in?
Well, I think weirdly I kind of do. I kind of do. I've always had this inert fear of being photographed and definitely camera shy. Like in the past when I've been on TV and stuff, I've always been like, didn't really enjoy it. Photographs, I've photographed some photographs before. Didn't mind photographs as much because it was like you're all in a costume and makeup and all that, your hair, and you don't really look like you. Yeah, so the still photographs didn't worry me so much. Publishing those, but being on TV freaked me out. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Just New Zealand TV, but yeah.
Yeah, well, then it's funny that the first thing that I thought of when you mentioned how you're not supposed to take pictures of the dead was Stella's picture.
Oh, no, it's not of the dead. It's pictures of people that are alive. And then after they die, you're not allowed to have their picture visible, or like you're not allowed to look at their picture for like at least a year. But if you can do like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, that's better, but just at least it's sort of common knowledge that minimum a year, don't be, pulling out any photos of them and having them out in the world or whatever, just like, don't be, like you must have heard those old not Swamis, those old guru kind of guys, the Indian ones. They talk about gurus. That's it. They talk about after you die, all your things, your clothes and stuff like that. They say that you've got to wash your clothes, put them in the sun, and then distribute them. But you're not allowed to give like 2 jackets, 2 pants, 10 t-shirts to one household. You've got to give like one thing to one household, one thing to another household, one thing to another household. Like you got to distribute it far and wide, because they reckon your spirit can go around searching for, like it's lingering electrical, how you leave your electrical imprint on things. So like your soul's going around searching for your electrical imprint, but you can't find the body, but you're finding your clothes and things, and it can like make you hang around that spot, geographically.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So you want to be sort of careful towards the end of your life, like have a plan for what's going to happen with all your things, and start getting it down so that you don't have like 2-3 wardrobes full of stuff. Start figuring out what to do with it all towards the end and sort of stuff like that. But yeah, my best friend's mum and dad both have sold their houses. The mum's already moved into a retirement village, and the dad has sold his house, and he's getting one built in a retirement village. And it's like freaking me out, all these people moving into retirement villages. It's so buzzy. We've got this weird thing down under at the moment. It's this company called Bupa, and they're an Australian company, and they've been they're all about the bottom line. So they're like trying to make money for their shareholders, and they've been putting instead of like 3 nurses for 10 patients or something like that, they'll put like 1 nurse for 10 patients. And then it used to be 3 nurses when the people signed up to come live there, but now it's only 1. And they don't have enough time to like go through and get everyone in the shower and get them a snack before bed and then settle them into bed. So they just shower the ones that most need it and things like that. Like they're understaffed, and they're telling their superiors, this is dangerous. We're understaffed. We can't do our roles properly. And they're told not to communicate with the family. Like that's one of the rules for the nurses. They're not even allowed to talk to the family. So you can't even like give that quality of care by alerting the family members. You're just not allowed to. You lose your job if you inform the family. So, and they're saying like it causes things like bed sores.
Insane.
Yeah, urinary
that sounds like
tract
a scam.
Yes, it is. And so what's happened is there was like a class action lawsuit in Australia. I've just seen it. There's a car pulling up. I don't know who that is. Might be the neighbour. Hang on, let's find out. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's just the neighbour. So yeah, there's a class action lawsuit in Australia, and they're taking Bupa to court for this. The way that they're just following the money, and they just want to make profit for their shareholders, and instead of it being a model of like decent care where they should be looking after these elderly people who've paid a lot of money to live in these places, and then you also contribute weekly a certain amount per week towards the nursing care and the food, and then the government gives a contribution per person as well. So they're like really bringing in thousands of dollars per week per individual. And they've got like, they make you sign all these things like every 6 years you have to completely redo the interior of your house. So like carpet, the counters in the bathroom and kitchen, you have to redo the shower,
it's your
paint the wall.
responsibility?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What
Every
the
6 years,
fuck?
it's in their contract that every 6 years they have to like gut their house and completely redo it. I'm like, that's crazy for elderly people to have to redo everything every 6 years. What a lot of stress on them.
Right. How are
And
they
the
even
cost-
supposed to know how to do that? Like they're
Well-
gonna get ripped off probably.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. They have like sort of like HOAs or whatever, organization, like it's an organization that you're in because it's a rest home or whatever. It's not a retirement village. So they've got their own companies that they work with. You're right, and it's like nepotism, where it's like my wife's dad's company or whatever, like
Right.
But
Exactly.
so what was doing my head in? But
they probably contract with people that do the regutting, and they probably get a cut of it.
yes, and there's other things that are shady too, Natalia. They've got things like handouts. So if you entice a friend of yours to come and live in the retirement village, they pay you $10,000 or a holiday.
What?
They pay you to suck more old people in.
Oh my God, that is nuts.
Yeah, so if you're living there and you suck in a friend of yours, you get $10,000 or an overseas holiday. Your choice.
Wow.
Yes.
Weird.
And then, there's more weird stuff though, Natalia. This is Bupa. This is what's going on. And Australia's like finally had the guts to do something about it and take them through court. And it'll be interesting to see how the trial progresses. But we're just like lying down and taking it over here in New Zealand. And they're saying these old people that are in the place right now, what they're doing is they're laying the foundation financially for the future. And it's going to be all of us trapped in these blinking homes as we age, before we pass away, but when we're old. Yeah.
Wow.
And I, for one, don't want to be put in a retirement community. My grandma raised me, and she was 96, and she was still at home by herself.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
She passed away at 96, but she passed away in a hospital. She got sick, and she went to hospital, and she passed away. She didn't make it back home. Her kidneys failed. But, you have things like that when you're 96. Your organs can give up. So, like we saw it as, we saw it fairly stoically, like she'd had a good life. But, I don't know, we just have that attitude in my family of like doing your best, making do, and, being grateful for what you got. And then, just trying to keep fit and healthy and eating correctly and look after yourself instead of having other people care for you. But,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just buzzing me out. It's my best friend that raises my son, his mum and dad. So it's freaking me out. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Are they sick or are they getting sucked into this or what's going on? So they've sold their houses and the money that they've bought these houses within the retirement communities, 2 different retirement communities. They're not married anymore, those 2. You don't get any capital gains on the property. So if you buy the property for, say, 1.2 million, and then you would normally expect capital gains of about 6% a year, sometimes more like 12%, though, to be honest. In Hamilton, where we live, Waikato, property value is like steadily rising every year, usually double digits. But yeah, if you reliably say 6%, so, say they're going to be in this place another 10 years, 6% compounding over 10 years, but you don't get any of that. You don't get any capital gains off the property, and that's in the contract too. So you've got to redo the interior every 6 years. You get no capital gains, and then there's all these rules, like if they're going past your place on the outside and they don't like your curtains or something, they don't think your curtains blend in with the whole retirement community, they can tell you have to get new curtains. If it's like your outdoor furniture, they're like, if they don't like the color of your cushions, to tell you to get new ones.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like that. I don't know. Is it just because they're British, Natalia, and they're sort of posh and they want to be in these retirement communities, or what's going on with these people, Natalia? Why are they moving to a place like this? It's making me worry. Are they ill or something?
Well,
are they going to die soon? Do they know something we don't know, and they're like really unwell or something? Are they holding it secret? Like, what's going on? It's getting me all like freaked out. Yeah.
They were probably under like false hope, like when they signed up for it. Like thinking, oh, this is going to be so nice. People are going to take care of us and we're going to have this nice life. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You should see their YouTube channel, Bupa's YouTube channel. It's so funny, Natalia. They convince, like when I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind moving to a place like that. They convince you by saying about your fitness is going to increase by generally 15 to 25% because they have all these classes during the day and there's like a indoor swimming pool and things like that, you know, and they like get all the old ladies together and make them do spins or jazzercise or, you know, like, so they're like your well-being increases by 40% because of the sociability factor, and you're going to have a 25% increased fitness, and you're going to have healthcare outcomes of 60% increase, and like they spun it, you know. It was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, they made it sound like so brilliant, you know, like you can have your food brought to you. You don't have to cook. You can, you know, you can order in. If you develop dementia, you don't have to move far. We've got this building like just down there. Oh, goodness me.
I wouldn't want to live in one of those homes because I want full control over myself.
Yeah, and I didn't want them going into a place like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like sort of disappointed, like my best friend, like, you know, should we have been doing more to help them, or I don't know.
Well,
like my son stayed with her last year for the first year of high school. She swapped house with her sister because her sister had just had an operation and she didn't want to be going up and down the stairs because their place was like it was a self-contained house, but it was sort of built on the side of a hill and you had to go up these steps to get to the front door. So she didn't want to have to go up the steps. So it was kind of a good trade, and they traded houses for like a year or whatever. So Mintus could be in the zone to go to this particular school that he wanted to go to, which is sort of funny in itself. He went to the nerdy school.
Aww.
Oh, cute, hey? He's such a little nerd. My son's really, really good. Yeah, he's so good. Yeah. And he's like really, really clever and fantastic memory, and he plays piano. He tinkles on the piano.
That's awesome. Sorry,
Yeah. Gotcha. I was wondering what was going on. I was like, oh, have I lost it? Yeah, cool. Good. Yeah, so yeah, he's really a sweetie.
Right.
Oh, so did you see? Did you see my little post?
Raised him, so they raised him, or like he stayed with them. Is that what you said? Yes. So that's where I am now. I'm at my best friend's house, but he's gone out to his friends to go play music, have a jam on the guitar. He likes playing guitar. So yeah, I like bass, but he likes guitar. I started off on the drum. We actually got a drum kit here. I bought it for a Mintus for my son. That was the first thing he wanted, was a drum kit. So I got him a drum kit and then a harmonica, and then he wanted to play the piano. So they got him the piano and the piano lessons. And then he tried trumpet. So he's like, yeah, really, really cute. You know, it's like the musical sort of household. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I kind of like it how they're like a big Irish family kind of thing, because that was the problem, was I didn't really have any family. Yeah. I had my sister, but then I lost my sister. And so that's what the government was saying to me. They're like, well, who have you really got? You know, you weren't raised by your mum, so you don't have your mum to lean on.
Right.
You've got a brother, but he's in Australia, and your sister's passed away. So, like, who have you got? Right. And they're like, yeah, basically they're like, it takes a village to raise a child, and you don't have a village.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have a really good best friend who stepped up for you.
Yes. And it's really unusual, because for a man to step up and do it is like really weird. You know, usually
I thought
only
it was
women.
a woman this whole time. I didn't.
Yeah, no, my best friend's this little cute guy.
Wow.
I know. I'm
Wait,
so lucky, Natalia. He's so
does he have a
awesome.
wife? Does he have a wife or a girlfriend?
No, he's
Does
celibate.
he like you?
He does like me, but I mean, I'm a bit strange. Yeah, I'm not
We're
exactly
strange.
God's gift to men. I'm weird.
Yeah, I'm weird too.
yeah. That's why we get on so well.
Exactly. So
We've got really good hearts, but we're both a little bit unusual. We're like alternative style.
we're totally alternative style.
We are, we're not mainstream. Oh,
that's funny though.
yeah,
So
I'm buzzing out. So I've been on. It was. I got a thing sent to me. I think it was Sam sent a messenger, and it was Jesco. I'm on Jesco's, but it wasn't me. It was my picture. It was up on Jesco's. They did a stream with my picture up.
What a piece
tonight.
of shit. What a piece
Yeah,
of shit.
he's taken it down though. So at least maybe he must have decided that maybe it wasn't the right move or something.
Well, they can't understand how you're so fit. That's the problem. They're like, how is this lady so fit in the body? Like, we don't understand.
Oh, working on the farm. He's working on the farm. All that shoveling and tractor driving, fencing and doing water leaks and moving big animals around. Yeah.
They're used to seeing like really big ladies, like, you know, a little bit, but they're used to seeing like.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like they're trying to say they have wide shoulders and stuff. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah. And they're saying I had an Adam's apple and a bulge down below.
No, absolutely no bulge.
But I have a question.
Have you gained some weight recently?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because in that picture you look very, very thin, but now you don't.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the wind looks like it could blow me over.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I think that's the only thing you can really say about that picture is that you just look really thin. But now you look a lot healthier. You know?
Yes. And I've been doing like press ups and that. I did an hour of walking today as well. I do like burpees and like a twist press up, and I do 2 press ups, and then I do jump up again, you know, and then back down. And I do that 30 times, and I do like a squatting in between as well. So it's like a full squat in my burpee. Yeah.
Yeah, so then what you're doing is you're probably building muscle, so you're not as like thin looking, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm planning on. I'm thinking, because what's going to happen when I get older and I'm potentially going to need to be looking after people. I was thinking I was going to have to be looking after my best friend's parents, my dad, and another guy that I know, and then also my best friend is quite a bit older than me. So yeah, I was thinking about like putting them in slings and moving them from the bed to the chair and all that sort of, you know, like how you have to like use those slings and pulleys and stuff. I was thinking about that sort of stuff. But yeah, I might not even end up having to do it.
Right,
I
but
might not even
to have the muscle,
not having to look after people.
Whatever you might need to do. So
just stay fit, because our ability to maintain muscle diminishes as we age.
Right, exactly. Like even as you're in your 30s, you start to lose, you know, the ability to gain muscle. So the older you get, the worse it gets. So definitely, I try, but right now I've been losing weight, and so because of that, I'm trying not to lose the muscle, you know.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the same with me. I've been losing weight because I managed to gain all that weight with a medicine. Where is it? It's like something. Not a Ozempic. It's a gain weight one. So that's how I got the weight on. Was the doctor gave me a pill, and it made me feel hungry, and I'd like eat sandwiches, like peanut butter sandwiches and things like. I would never normally eat that sort of stuff. I wouldn't be hungry enough, you know. And it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was like out of it. And like I could probably polish off like 50 grams, 100 grams of olives, things like that. Just munch back a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was trying to stick to things that had a bit of protein, but I wasn't doing perfectly,
Yeah.
still hitting the biscuit part out. But yeah, now I got sick a little bit and I lost a whole lot of weight in the wrong way, just unwell. But
Yeah.
I'll get back on it. I've been perking up and I've been exercising again. That's why it's
No,
good to
you
hear
look
that you're
very, very
exercising.
healthy. You look very, very,
Oh,
very,
thank
very
you.
healthy. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
not fat
yeah,
or anything. Just very perfect. Like no,
nice. Yeah,
Yep.
you're doing okay. You're doing okay, sis.
You're
Yeah,
doing great,
yeah,
Stoic.
yeah, yeah. Same with
Oh,
you.
that's
We're
funny.
both doing good, Like that.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, the very first time I ever heard your name was when Dog Lips brought you up.
oh right,
Yeah,
yes. Poor old
he was
Dog
like, "Oh
Lips.
my God, my phone bill! I have to get a new phone because I was on the phone with Stoic and my phone bill is like thousands of dollars." Do you remember that?
Yes, he told me that his phone bill was $3,000, and then when it came time to, shall I help you pay this phone bill? He turned around and says, "I've talked to the phone company, and they're not charging me that amount anymore. It's like a little bit, but I don't have to pay $3,000."
Thank
But
God, right?
so he sorted it out. Yeah, it was because I kept saying to him, when we'd be on the phone, and I'd say to him, if my call cuts out or anything
Yeah.
cuts out, don't ring me straight back. Wait for me to ring you back. Because I can top
Right.
up. Like I had this thing it was a prepaid deal. I could top up with $10 and I'd get 200 minutes to USA.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I can't top up several times, so I can't do it like put $30 and get 600 minutes. I only let you do one at a time. So I was like, I
Oh.
do another $10, buddy, but it's just that you have to wait for me to top it up. Give it like 4 minutes, kick back for 4 minutes. But yeah, we would get so excitable together that he would just accidentally ring me straight back, and then I'd be all excitable too, and I'd forget that he'd rung me, and we'd end up talking on the phone for an hour and a half, and then forgetting that we were on his minutes, not mine, and things like that. Yeah. But I kept saying to him, see if you can get any prepaid deals, like how I had those prepaid deals. And I was like,
Yeah.
I hope this isn't going to end up being a massive phone bill. So I did mention all of that to him. Yeah. I did try and protect him from phone bills. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
was a funny guy. Like I was thinking $3,000. Like the fuck were they doing?
Yeah. Oh, and what actually cracks me up, Natalia, is with all the PayPal money that I sent him, I actually sent him over $3,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Girl, are you
I felt so sorry for him.
Oh, you're a nice
Yeah.
lady. Rest in
Yeah, I
peace,
felt like
man.
he was all alone,
Yeah, I'm sure he enjoyed that money,
Yeah, he did. Because I told him, make sure you get a bit of weed and well, you can imagine the sort of way we are, get yourself something nice to eat and take yourself to a cafe, get really stoned and take yourself to a cafe and have a treat, fucking hell, yeah.
Wait, did you have a really good job or something at the time?
I was just working on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had chickens as well, though. At that point in time, we had the dairy cows, and we'd grow the little babies, the calves, and sell them as beef at 2 years old. And then they go and live for a few more years and grow big and healthy and strong, da-di-da. But yeah, we'd on sell them when they got to 2. And then the chickens, we had all these chickens, thousands of them, and collecting eggs and selling them. And we would sell them for $6 a tray. So it was really easy to sell them. And then that was all cash.
Wow.
All that egg money was cash, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. But they don't do the eggs anymore. it all changed. We went over to colony cages.
Mm-hmm.
Colony cages is like up to 8 birds stuck together in a cage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the way we
That
had it
was
set up was maximum 2 birds in a cage, like we didn't have them all hanging out together in the cage. Like we had big cages, but we'd only put
yeah.
1 or 2 birds. Like we'd go to great lengths to find if we paired them up, it was because we'd gone to great lengths to find out which birds got along together. Because
I
some birds
see.
like being alone, and then other birds like having a friend in there with them.
Right.
And then you've got to make sure that they get along, because you don't want one mean bird and one easy
Right.
pushover bird, because then the big bird will sit on top of the little one and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
teasing
have
it sits right on top of it, the poor little one.
did you have
But
like a partner in your business, or was it just you?
William, Peter, and me, and then he had his mum and dad who since passed away, Ethel
Oh.
and Otto, but they were in their 90s. They weren't really doing any
Oh,
work. But yeah,
that's awesome. So you have some
yeah,
good friends out there then.
yeah. Oh, I've been
That's
really
awesome.
careful to. My secret is, so when people tell me stuff, I try and remember, like when they say a person that they care about or something and their birthday coming up, I try and remember all that stuff. And then when it
Yeah,
comes to that time of year again, I remind them, hey, you've got a friend whose birthday is coming up. And that seems to help ingratiate myself to them.
that's really
And
sweet
another
of
thing I
you.
do, yeah, and another thing I do that I think helps a lot is remember all their family members' names. Like you remember their family members' names. Yeah,
Right,
um,
absolutely.
yeah, just like be respectful kind of thing. I think I just try really hard to be respectful to people, and then when I find actually really good ones, and I've been really lucky in that I'm not really judgmental so much about how people look. Like
Right.
my friend that's a multimillionaire, he dresses in shabby clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't dress in posh clothes. He dresses in shabby clothes, and he doesn't drive a really expensive car. He only drives like a $10,000 car, like a cheap one. And
Cool.
it's like that. Some people like are really, really wealthy, and they hide their wealth, because it starts getting like, when you're real wealthy, you start getting all these like sort of sycophantic people hanging around, and you don't know whether
Right,
they're in it for the right reasons or whether they're just there to take advantage. Yeah.
right.
So I think that's how his strategy is, that, yeah, if he hides his wealth, then he doesn't have to deal with people like that so much. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then,
I,
yeah, it is funny, eh?
it is
Young
important. It
people.
is important to people for you to like when you remember their loved ones like birthdays and stuff, it makes them really
Mm,
happy.
that's a cigarette, but I'll turn the camera off because
Oh,
I
I
don't.
don't
YouTube doesn't
care.
like you smoking. Well, YouTube doesn't like you smoking cigarettes.
True. They don't.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, they don't like it for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's like, maybe if you imagine, if you're trying to quit smoking and you're watching YouTube and somebody lights up, it might make you want to have a cigarette again or something like that. So maybe it's sort of reasons like that.
Well, those people need to grow some balls because everybody's gonna smoke around them, so they're gonna have to deal with it.
Mm. When I've tried to quit smoking, I always get like a series that doesn't have any smoking in it, and then watch that, and like try and stay away from the windows where I can see people smoking if I look out. Like, I don't know, like there's a particular window that you could see someone's balcony, and this lady would come outside and have a cigarette on her balcony, and I could see her even though it's way in the distance, things like that. I don't know. I just avoid that part of the house.
Right.
Yeah, I've never managed to crack it completely. I get off
Have
for a
you
little
ever
bit and then back on.
have you ever been able to quit?
Mm-mm. I've only been able to quit for like 5 months at the very max one time. Usually a few weeks and that's it. And I only started smoking when I was 38. Should never have started.
This is pretty good
I was
though.
almost 40. Yeah, I was almost 40 and I shouldn't have started smoking at 38, but oh well, too bad. Life goes on. I've made the
Things
mistake now.
happen.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. And yeah, I will try and get off at some point. I think I just need to somehow create a way in my mind that I feel like I'm not giving up my cool points. I feel like I've got like some sort of degree of, like a cool factor for smoking cigarettes. And I feel like if I stop smoking cigarettes, I won't be cool anymore. I think, honestly, I think that's what the guts of it is for me.
See,
And I
that's
get
funny.
sort of,
I feel the opposite. I feel like people who stop smoking are cooler.
oh my goodness, you might have just said the thing that changes my perspective. Whoa. I feel like that was an aha moment.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
I've
Whoa.
been around people that smoke, and I personally just don't like the smell of it. So when people quit, I'm like, oh my God, you're cool. You have self-control.
Yeah. I like that. Cool. One thing that I did think was it strength? Yeah, I thought that it would show some sort of strength. Yeah. I did do that when I was trying to tell myself to quit. I was trying to tell myself I'm a happy non-smoker. I wrote this thing down on the wall, S, and for the S I put a $sign, and then strong. And I thought it had two meanings. I was like, one, it'll show you mental fortitude if you can give up, and two, it's going to save you a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I thought like it had that combination. Cigarettes it's $100 for a 30-gram packet of tobacco.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And for a box of sticks, it's.
Did you ever used to watch Stella?
Yes.
You remember the things she would buy and then she would roll her own? I'm not, and you know what? No offense to anybody who uses this. I know Tracy does, but it really scared me how, like, after a year of constantly hearing that machine, she died of cancer.
Yes.
Like, to me, after a year, like, it makes me worried about, like, that type of tobacco she was using.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was trying to tell my best friend about those machines that they have. So I've seen Tally's little brother, Robert, what's his name? Tyke. Fucking Tyke.
Yeah, Tyke.
Yeah, I've seen Tyke use that machine. I've seen Trey. I've seen yeah, you're right. A few people have got that machine and it buzzes me out. I've been trying to explain it to the Kiwis. So it's like a paper with a filter already in it. And then you have this little machine and you insert that paper thing, and then it jams the tobacco up the inside. Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's freaky, man. We don't have that type of thing in New Zealand.
Yeah, and you know what it is, I bet whatever the tobacco or whatever the paper is that she used, because it's so much cheaper than buying like a pack, there's got to be some type of a consequence for that, you know? I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Well, funny you should say that, because that's part of the reason why I smoke my roll your own ones over here, because the ones that are tailor-mades, we call them tailor-mades, or the box of sticks. The box of sticks, the paper's got these little lines on it, and apparently the lines have got phosphorus in them to help it burn evenly. And the papers that I buy, they're like unbleached bamboo papers. And then the filter I buy is, again, bamboo made into a filter. So it's like wood products, you know, kind of thing. But those tailor-mades, they've got additives to make it burn in the paper. So you are right. Yeah.
And not only that, but you know, because it's like so easy to just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling your own, you're gonna smoke way more than you would a pack that you have to pay for. Like, so because of that, she probably also got like whatever cancer she had probably got progressed more quickly because of how much nicotine she was taking and
Yeah,
tobacco.
so much available. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
yes, it was just so cheap and readily available. Yeah.
Right. Because it's like, why not just roll 20 of them for the hour? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not good no matter what.
Yeah, no, you should be trying to get through at least 1 or 2 hours gap kind of thing, eh? Like,
Right.
don't be smoking every
Just-
20 minutes or 5
Yeah, like
minutes.
that
5
for a
minutes.
long time. I didn't even know what that sound was for a long time. I would be like, what is that sound?
What is that? Chit chit. It sounds like somebody's running the Visa card. Remember those old swipe things?
It's like,
Yeah.
Yep. And like she would be like, I'm almost done rolling for the day. And you'd hear roll after roll after roll after roll. It's like, you're done rolling for the week. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Yes. What do you mean the day? Have you got a crowd of people coming over? Yeah. They're going to smoke your cigarettes or yeah.
So I
No.
will say that anybody that smokes, don't use that machine, don't use that tobacco, don't use those rolling papers, and if you do, be very careful and don't use it as often as she did. Because
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then like I don't know, did you used to watch her every day or no?
Well, she didn't like me because the narrative was that Dog Lips had been catfished by me or something, you know. He was trying to he tried to spin this narrative for donations to try and get donations that it cost him a whole lot of money through his telephone company, and he was spinning the narrative that somehow I must have charged back or something for him to ring me, and he's saying that he reckons I made money somehow through his telephone company, but it was all nonsense because he admitted to me privately that they didn't even charge him that $3,000. Didn't even come true. Yeah, like they were going to, but he went into the shop and he talked to them and they changed their mind and they shuffled the plans around and they made it much, much cheaper, significantly cheaper.
Exactly. So
and also, and plus the fact that I'd given him thousands of dollars, you know, like any phone bill was already covered with the amount of money I'd already given him. And plus, add to that that he wasn't the only one doing the ringing. I was ringing him too, you know, it cost me to ring him. Yeah. I paid for those rings. Yeah. And all that time I spent on the phone to him. You know, I donated my time.
Exactly.
And I think the problem with Patrick was as soon as people got close to him, he would run away.
Yeah.
When a person came to know the real him, he would freak out and run away.
Oh yeah, it seems
and that's
like
what happened.
Yeah.
I came to know him too well.
That's a lot of people on here. Like as soon as you get to know them too well, they switch it up so that you don't have to, like they try to be an asshole.
Yeah, totally, eh? What on earth?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
this YouTube world.
It's been a really tough community, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's not fair, like what people put others through on here.
It isn't, eh? Because I've noticed in myself, I end up having worrying thoughts about people. Like I think, oh, I wonder if this person doesn't like me. You know, like if you don't get that regular, not you, but if you don't get that regular heart back and little hug back or whatever, you start to go, oh, maybe they don't like me. You know, like it's so funny. I don't know. And I sort of think to myself, I wonder if that's like an element of almost bitterness that's come through from the way that we were all treated by the 33.
I didn't realize I was muted. My bad. So what I was saying, was the way that it feels on here is, people are very hateful and mean and maybe don't have a lot of stuff going on in their real life. So when they come on here and they see people like Nikki, facilitating hate, they feel like they fit right in because they are hateful outside of this. Like, you wouldn't be a hateful, nasty person on here if you weren't a hateful, nasty person in real life, you know? So I think that birds of a feather really do flock together. It's just sad because also something else I've noticed is on YouTube, you're going to run into a lot of people who don't get along with their families. And the reason they don't get along with their families is probably very similar to how they treat you, you know?
Yes. Yeah, actually, you're right, because I was thinking about it and I was like, I guess to be mean and bitter in the comments, you do kind of have to think that stuff up. So it does have to come from them.
Exactly. And
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
yeah, and to be like nasty and hateful to other people based on like their appearance or who they're dating, you have to realize like those people probably treat their own family members that way and are either not welcome at family events, or if they go to family events, they're the people who make it awkward and tense. You know, like those family members who come in and just are so like nobody really wants to be around them. So like that's just what I
Yes.
picture because
Or even worse, they do it in such a way that's like bullying, where they get the person alone and isolated, and then they make a really cutting statement. But
yeah,
then when everybody's together, they'll deny it. Or, you know, like, yeah. Like,
yes, I totally know what you're talking about.
yeah.
And it's like you look at those people and you're like, why are you so miserable? Like you only have to be around your family for so long. Like why do you act like that? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when I go to family events, for example, there's a couple of people in my family who I think they're better than me because of like their job, for example. Like I have like
Yes.
I have like a brain surgeon in my family, let's say, for example. So let's say
Okay.
my
Yes.
brain surgeon family member, they don't act interested in anyone else's job. They only want to talk about their job, you know? So there's a lot of people like that. And you kind of just gotta like smile and nod, you know?
Oh, that's so funny. The guy that my best friend's gone to hang out with, he's a psychologist, and
Uh-huh.
we went to my son's piano recital thing. He had like a get together and played us a whole lot of songs,
Yeah.
and we took this guy, my best friend's mate, along with us, and
Yeah.
everybody was saying to me afterwards, "Oh, does your friend happen to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist?" I was like, "Oh."
Oh
Yeah,
God, did
hang
he
on,
make
you
it?
are right.
He like
Yes, and they said
analyzing
exactly that.
everyone?
Steered every conversation to talking about the mind in some way.
Oh God.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
Yeah.
they realize it's boring for everybody else?
Right, like that's part of why I can't stand going to like family events sometimes is because I have, like I said, I have a family member who's a brain surgeon. I have a family member who's a heart surgeon. Like I have all these family members who do all these crazy things. So then when I walk in, it's like, oh, there's Natalie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Natalie hasn't reached her doctorate yet. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. When are you
I
getting
never
your PhD? Yeah. Oh no. Far
So
out.
trust me, it would be fun if I could come hang out with you on family events and we could just be like the two people who don't fit in.
Yeah. Damn, that would be so cool. Oh, that
Although
was
this is
funny
my
when you were
first
saying about
Italy.
moving to Australia today. I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if they moved to Australia. Not that it's going to happen, but I was like, oh,
Oh, that would be
oh
cool.
wouldn't it be funny?
I really want to
Oh,
come see all those places one day, like New Zealand, Australia, all that, because there's so many nice people there that I met online.
yeah, I guess if we can make it happen in such a way that you can zip around from spot to spot, and we all get organized and we all help you, and you just stay with each one of us, and each one of us takes you to the local attractions around our area, and we do it in such a way that you don't have to spend too much, because trips to Aussie and New Zealand can be really, really pricey. Because my little brother, who's living in Australia, he comes over and he's like, yeah, it costs a lot for New Zealand. He's like, the flights for some reason seem to be really pricey. The rental car is expensive. The accommodation is expensive. He said the food is really strange. He reckons eating out is cheaper than buying ingredients and cooking. He's like, I don't know how people do it, like families and whatnot. Yeah.
That's a lot of times.
And I think he's right.
Like, especially for a single, like, I'm not single, but I'm technically single alone because I live alone. And so when you're alone, it's like way more expensive to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, especially cooking. Like, cooking is impossible to make a meal that's like cheap, you know?
You almost need to get online and get into one of those groups, like the way the African ladies do it, and they get 10 people in the group, and they get a bag of rice, and they divide it into 10 parts. So you've basically all got like 3/4 of a cup of rice. It's enough for this week's rice, you know? Yeah. And you get like, the cheap this, the cheap that, and you divide it all up. You know how they have all those specials, like 3 broccolis for $5, but if you want to buy 1 broccoli, it's $3, you know? It's like, get all the deals, you know? Yeah. So I don't know, that is an idea. See if you can get onto one of those online groups with the African ladies.
Are they in Africa?
They've been, no, but you'll find there's African ladies in USA that are trying to do things cheaper. Yeah, and this is how they manage. Even though they've got discrimination against them being female and darker skin, so they've got the double whammy, you know?
I know.
So facing all that discrimination, of course that comes in less pay. So that's how they cope. Yeah.
You know what's funny? You know I went to therapy recently?
Yes.
She goes to me, the therapist lady, she was like, you know, I'm really proud of you because it's really hard for people of color to get therapy. And I'm thinking, people of color? Is that what you consider me?
To hear you were of color, that's amazing. Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm like,
amazing. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh. Just shows that all the other people who've been coming in there recently have been pale. Must be those Scottish girls that they get one bit of sun and they start burning and peeling.
I know.
Funny. Oh, I'm not like that. I can handle a bit of sun.
People of color to get therapy, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about my therapy. I'm gonna go once a week.
Choice.
Because I really feel like I need help, because here's what happens. So it actually has been happening even last night. Like, I get very annoyed with sometimes my partner and things that he might be saying or doing repetitively. And so what happens is, because he feels the need to do that, sometimes my reaction is like rage, because I hate when people just repeat themselves over and over. And so,
that's what he's trying to get you to do. He's trying to get you emotional so you say something fucked up. And that way you'll make the mistake and the thing can be over. You can stop the silly argument. He just wants to stop the silly argument. Yeah.
It really does seem like it really did seem that way. So I'm happy that I went to sleep, didn't react, and I chose this morning, if it's brought up again, that I'm going to do what Tracy taught me, which is, if you want to talk about it again today, you can go talk to yourself or talk to a wall.
Okay.
Because I don't want to,
we're not going to discuss it every day. Yeah. Got to have a day off, eh?
I need, like, that's part of my problem, is I cannot handle the constant need to, like, not only control, but repeat what, you're demanding to control over and over and over.
Oh, I've got
Yeah.
this thing where if a guy acts needy, like clingy, or needing things from me emotionally, that puts me off. I feel like acting like babies. Yeah, it's like,
Right.
yeah.
Same. I
I
don't
need the
like,
guy to be like, yeah, I don't know, just mature, I guess. Yeah,
I
they
don't like
don't have to
acting
act
like babies.
old, but
I
yeah,
hate when men act like babies. I hate when men act like they need to control me. Like, I hate that. And, I
yes.
just want
I
to be
was
like,
saying to my dad. My dad had this thing about control. He was like telling me something about the car. Oh, you'll need to move over into that lane and then turn right now. And it's like, no, I can't turn right now. There's oncoming traffic. I know
right.
you're turning right now because that's the way he used to drive. That's why I'm glad he doesn't have a car and he's not driving. Because he's totaled like 20 cars, my dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, through his lifetime, honestly, he's totaled honestly like 20 cars. Like I
Oh,
can remember
wow.
we were counting them when we were children, me and my sister. It was like a joke, ongoing joke. Oh, this is number 12.
So he's like trying to control your driving, and yet he's the worst
Yeah, when he
driver.
was always the bad driver. And the funny thing is, he never taught me how to drive.
Right.
Yeah, he never even taught me how to drive. And I'm his child.
Who
I had
did?
to get taught by somebody else. Oh, this guy Mark that I found at the homeless meals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mark with the dogs. So I was like, kind of took a liking to him because he had all these dogs, and he was talking about distilling and mathematics of it. And
Were
we were at
you
the homeless
homeless?
meal, and I was like, oh, this guy's a bit different. And just that he was living in his car with all these animals, I was like, oh, so yeah, I took him back to the
Oh.
farm. I had a
Were
boyfriend. I
were
didn't
you
like him like that.
also homeless, or was just he homeless?
No, he was homeless. I took him up to the farm for somewhere to
Oh, okay.
live. Yeah. And so he went into the old cow shed up the hill, and he started changing that into like a living quarters and stored the
Oh.
toilet and all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was a big farm, It's like, fucking come up here. I felt sorry for him.
So what happened to Matt?
So he went crazy in the local area, Tuakau. It was like crystal methamphetamine getting cooked up at night. And then people from all over Auckland were coming to Tuakau and buying it in the middle of the night. And it was like really weird during COVID and that, when it was all supposed to be lockdown, and then all these like vehicles would come when the truck would show up from the big drive from the other part of New Zealand. And then all the cars would come and meet the truck driver, and it was like, exchanging drugs and that in the middle of the night, and then packaging it up and reselling it up on the main street and all that. Yeah, it was out of it. So Mark fell in with the meth.
So much fraud up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're verging on a banana republic.
Yeah, like what the fuck are the consequences for all this fraud?
Fucking not much. New Zealand government just made a law change. People from America that are streamers, if they come to New Zealand, they can come and they can make money through online stuff, and they don't have to pay taxes to the New Zealand government. They don't have to pay taxes to the American government. They don't have to pay any taxes. They just made a law change to try and encourage streamers to come here.
That's so funny. Was there like a streamer that died there recently or something, and they're trying to like fix their reputation?
No, oh gosh, no way. Nobody's died. Okay, don't worry. Yeah.
Well,
no, they just wanted to make it.
Country? They
just wanted to make it available for Americans to come and do YouTube here and not have to worry about tax. Come here and you don't have to pay tax in America because you're not there, but we won't make you pay it here.
Yeah. Did you hear
Yeah.
about that guy from Arizona who went to India and he tried to make contact with that tribe that's like on one of their lands that nobody's allowed to make contact with? And he got
Centerlese was
arrested.
he from Arizona?
He
Centerlese, eh?
was. Yeah, he
Whoa,
moved to
Natalia, I did
Arizona.
not know that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
And
so sorry.
he got arrested, I guess. I just thought it was such a crazy story because he's a YouTuber, I
Oh, thank
guess.
goodness he got arrested and didn't get killed, though, eh?
I know, right? Can you
And
imagine
he
if
left them like
like,
a can of drink and a coconut. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they
yeah,
knew how to get the can of drink open.
I know, right? Oh my gosh,
I
it's crazy. Yeah.
wonder if they knew even what it was, the
I know,
can of
they're like,
drink.
what is this
What
contraption?
is this heavy thing? Yeah.
There was a movie that Hamilton and I watched when I was at his house, and it was like
Yeah.
about, I can't remember what it was. It was like a scary horror movie where they ended up landing on that island and getting killed by those people.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
true to form, eh? I've seen
Yeah.
this documentary on YouTube about this I can't remember if he's Bangladesh or Indian guy who goes over there. He's been going
Mhm.
over there for ages. He's quite an old guy, but he doesn't look that old, you know. He's probably
Yeah.
about 70s or something, but he honestly only looks like he's in his 50s. He's
Oh.
got those sort of looks, you know. It's like, what the hell? This is an old fella just living a real healthy life, I guess. And he
Uh-huh.
reckons that he goes over there. He doesn't do it as often these days, but he said when he goes over there, the rules are he's not allowed to step foot on their land. So he only comes up to at the very shallowest waist deep in water. He's like, I
Uh-huh.
usually go to shoulders deep is the shallowest I go, you know,
Yeah.
if I have to get off
Wow.
my canoe. Yeah, yeah. He's like, they wouldn't let me go on their land. No way. And
Yeah.
and he gives them, what was it? I think he gives them coconuts and oil or something like that. Yeah.
Be allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
I think, what was it? How did he get there? It might have been somebody he knew was doing it previously or something. I can't remember. But yeah, he said that he speaks like a little local dialect, and they can
Oh.
speak. There's a person in their tribe that can speak a bit of something or something. I don't know. He said that can't really
Yeah.
communicate, but they kind of do.
So do you think there's like children in that tribe that try to escape?
Nah,
No?
no way. Because if you think about the way Islander people are, if there's one thing you can say about Islander people, they all get together and celebrate children. You know, they're really
Yeah.
loving towards children. Um, you know, like when you
Good.
go to their place, like my best friend's mum used to be a plunket nurse, and one
Uh-huh.
thing that she thought was really funny was the way you'd go to islanders' houses and they would have cut a circle in the floorboards, so a great big hole in the middle of the floor, and then
Uh-huh.
down in the dirt beneath the house, they've started an umu. So they've got like a live fire inside their lounge. And they're
Oh.
sitting all around it, around this great big hole in the floorboards. And they've got a fire down on the ground underneath the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. And they're all sitting around this open hole with the freezing cold air and the fire coming up. And they've got blankets on them and they're all sitting together. And that's their umu. And there they can cook food, they can heat the room. But yeah, she reckons, and they all sit around with the baby and the blankets. And yeah, everyone celebrates the baby and they take turns passing the baby around. And yeah, I mean, I guess the floorboards are sort of raised up from the ground. So you got like, I don't know, 2 feet between the ground level and the floorboards level. So maybe the wind blows through and takes most of the smoke away or something. But she said it wasn't really smoky.
Oh.
They might have had a window cracked open or something like that to let smoke. I don't know. For some reason, she said it wasn't smoky, even though there was no chimney set up. But yeah, really interesting, eh? The way in New Zealand that, you know, real mix of cultures and you have all this like all these different cultures banged together. It's really out of it. So yeah, it just goes to show the way the Islander people are. They're sort of cool. They're a little bit different, but it's kind of cool. And they got that thing of like that island time vibe, where everything, take your time, enjoy the journey, kind of feel.
Right.
Island time. You're on island time now.
Well, I like how they celebrate the kids. That's good. But I also kind of get sad because if you think about it, like those kids are never going to get to really experience much other than just, on an island. And like none of the technologies of today. I don't know. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't
But
care.
the thing is, if you went out into the most beautiful little bit of bush or forest, and it just happened to be that there was all these people that you cared about with you there, as well as constant food supply. And so all you have to do is build some housing. Well, the thing is, they probably already have housing because they're born in the house. So housing already exists. So think of it like there's already huts as well. Like, how terrible would that be, really, if you had all the people you care about all there with you? Yeah.
It wouldn't be terrible at all.
It could be paradise.
Right.
It could be a veritable paradise, Natalia.
Yeah, you're right. It could.
Yeah. You've got to change your attitude. Technology, who cares? Technology, schmology. They got friends, family, and nature.
Right. All the time.
Yeah, touch the earth. Yeah.
But then again, what if they actually, I bet you there's gotta be people within there, like the kids, who wonder, what's out there.
Yeah, it definitely would be, Yeah.
Yeah. They're like,
and
what's
also, certainly. I think there might be somebody in the Amazon as well. Not somebody, some tribe in the Amazon too.
Oh, yeah?
A hidden tribe. Yeah, I think so as well. There might be another one there. Oh, and then apparently out in the desert, I was just watching a documentary about this place. I think it was on the border of Mali and what's the other one? Not Uganda, something like that. There was this tribe of people that were blind, and
blind.
Wasn't they? Yeah, blind tribe. Oh. And the place isn't on Google Maps. It was really hard to find, and it was 30 k's away from the border where there's a whole lot of violence happening, and they're in the desert, and they've been out there for generations, and now it was a lady. She reckons she had a prophecy from God that her baby was going to be born blind but also be a really good pure man, and then she did have a baby boy that was born blind, and in the message that she got, she says from God it was going to be for 100 years, this curse of blindness upon them. So anyway, it's turned out that through the breeding, isolated conditions off in the desert there, they've ended up with most of the people in the village are born blind now.
What the fuck?
That's the way the genetics are. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's like a blind village.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, eh? But the documentary was quite good. It was by Josie Smalls or something. No, Josie Lifts. Josie Lifts, that's it. I could send you the link. But the documentary wasn't that great because I was expecting it to be all about these people and this place. But in the end, it was mostly about the travel to get there and the little hotels she stayed at and things like that. And then it was 20 minutes of that and then 10 minutes of at the village. It was oh, what? Yeah. Yeah, so it was a bit of a letdown documentary, and she got sponsored to make it and everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wish that food was just available right now to me, at my fingertips. If I snap my fingers, it's there.
Yeah. That's when you need girl dinner.
Yeah. What kind of girl dinner do you like?
I think I'd like a charcuterie board.
Yes.
Yeah. Just a little bit of this taste and a little bit of that taste.
Right. I like my girl dinner consists of French fries and Caesar salad.
Oh, okay. So the French fries will kind of fill you up, but the salad gives you all the vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, and also I don't know if
Cool.
you like Caesar salad, but Caesar salad tastes like it's not a salad. It tastes so good.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, yum. Yeah.
Yummy.
Recently started liking this. The weirdest thing, I've always hated it, is cabbage.
Really? I love cabbage.
Yeah. All of a sudden I like cabbage. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, cabbage is the bomb. Yeah. Really into cabbage. Yeah. Yeah.
I do
So
love
like,
I love
finally discovered. Yeah, finally discovered.
I love it in like have you ever had a chicken teriyaki bowl?
Yes. Yes, a place out in the country where with the farm does that. There's a little Japanese guy making chicken teriyaki bowls or salmon teriyaki bowls.
Ooh, see when they add vegetables to that, they usually will have broccoli, cabbage, carrots. So good. Oh my god.
Yes, that's how they have it. Yes. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
So that's an Americanized version of their food, probably. So thank you, America, for sorting that out and bringing it to New Zealand. Yay!
That's so funny that you guys have a little Asian man that makes it.
Yeah. I was like, you know, they hardly speak any English. I was like, you know, have you guys moved here from Japan? And they're like, yep, we've got a house on the hill there. And we got this little shop. Yeah.
How cute.
Oh my God, so cute. Yeah.
That's
so cute. It's a husband and wife. Adorable.
Yeah.
My cousin lives in Japan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He moved over to Japan when he was like in his 20s. He went there on a snowboarding holiday. And he's like a sort of a punky guy. And he fell in with the Japanese punk scene. And then he ended up getting a girlfriend. And he didn't believe her, but it turned out it was real. Her family owned a flippin' snowboarding resort.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How cool.
Yeah. This girl he fell in love with, it turned out for real, she actually was connected to this family that was super duper well off. And so when he got his inheritances and that, he's like, we're luckily quite wealthy family, so he was cracking it already. But he managed to find this cute punk girl, Japanese girl. Yeah, so he's over there at Japan. He's lived there ever since. They're married.
So cool.
And it's not like the main island of Japan. It's like one of the littler islands. But yeah, I didn't know it was so freezing over there that they had snow.
You been
Interesting. There? No, I've never been there. Yeah, no, I probably can't go. I committed a crime.
What?
I committed a crime? Yeah.
What?
Terrible. It was they.
You don't have to say if you don't want to.
Oh no, I'll tell you, it's like really out of character for me. Like, fuck, I'm really sorry that I did this. I said sorry to the people too, but fuck, it's really bad.
I forgive you whatever it is. I forgive you whatever it is.
It got classified as aggravated robbery with a weapon, and then they dropped the charge to what did they call it in the end? Aggravated assault with a weapon.
Were you like drunk or something?
Yes.
Then we're not ourselves when we drink.
Nah. I was like on pills, legal highs, weed, and drunk. They'd already beaten up my boyfriend and gotten rid of him. And they're talking about raping me, and I went running away down the road, and this car pulls over, this lady and this girl. Oh,
Mhm.
girl, not a girl, another lady, two ladies, one older and one about my age. And they put the window down, and I say, can you give me a ride to the other side of town? I want to get away from these people. I'm flipping scared, and I'm like wasted. And the only other thing I can think of is, could you take me down to the ATM and ring a taxi for me so I can get cash out? And then you ring the taxi. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have my phone on me. What? How the fuck have they taken my phone off me too? I didn't have a
Oh,
phone or anything. I was fucked. It was like really bad. I
yeah.
was like on the verge. I was getting taken advantage of, and I was on the verge of worse stuff happening. And
Right.
yeah, and I was like running away from these people, and I pulled this knife out of the back of my pocket that the old fella had given me when we were at the house, because it was his house. It was my mate. There was this little old fella, and these two guys who were hanging around one of them was recently released from prison, and the other
Oh.
one was some mate of his. And yeah, they beat up my boyfriend and threatened the old man, and the old man was scared, and he gave me that knife, and I put it in my back pocket because he told me to. And then when
Yeah.
I pulled this fucking knife out at these two people who were the wrong people, because I was that fucked up at the time. I was like, oh, like losing it. And it was only because I like registered that this lady had like a upset look on her face that snapped me back into reality. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck am I doing? I'm so sorry. And then,
Yeah.
yeah. And then all these people came running up to me and were like, well, we're going to detain you, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
there's a arrest. And I was like, oh, fuck off. And so I like managed to get away from, there's like half a dozen of them. And they were trying to take the knife off me too. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, fuck
wow.
that. So I managed to get away from them, and I managed to hold on to the knife. And I went running down a driveway, climbed over a fence, got rid of the knife, and then kept going over fences till I came out and I got to a park. And then, yeah, when I was in the park, fucking the police came from all directions to the park. They got
Oh,
me.
wow.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh my god, this is fucked up. And I'd never been in trouble before, so I fucking stupidly pled guilty
Oh,
straight away. I was like, fucking stupid, man. Like, in hindsight, now that I've learned about it, the system and everything, I know I should have pled not guilty, and not guilty with circumstances, Your Honour, and explained the circumstances.
right.
Yes, but now I know that now, but it's too late. But yeah, so I pled guilty, and I
So
got
you're not allowed
charged
to
with
go to Japan?
they put me on an ankle bracelet for like 3 months or something, and I was only allowed to go out like twice a week or something. Yeah, I had to be at home for like a few months. Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, for months, it was like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. It was crazy, and it
Well,
affected my state of mind. It made me feel like, want to stay home all the time. It made me feel like not going out as much anymore, like
right.
almost a bit agoraphobic. Yeah. So I
Well,
can't imagine what like actually going to jail would do to a person.
I'm glad that you admit that, like, it was you weren't yourself and stuff, because that's, that happens to everyone. I feel like they go through shit where it's like out of body experience, don't even realize
Yeah,
what's going on. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Far out. Those guys took my bike as well, my BMX
Oh,
off
wow.
me. Yeah, I think they must have taken my phone
You
off me
were
too.
you
Looking
were
back, like, why
assaulted.
did I not have a phone? What's
You
that?
were like totally assaulted, and you should have been like honestly
Yeah,
considered a
yeah.
victim.
The police should have been supporting me, and the members of the public should have been supporting me. I remember
Right.
the girl telling her mum, nah, I don't want you helping her. She was jealous almost that the mum was like, yeah, jump in.
Right.
And she
Wow.
fucking told her mum off and told her, keep driving, don't help her.
Oh my
And that's
god.
what I think drove me
Shit.
crazy. And I pulled this knife out and I started waving it around. I mean, she's in a
Yeah.
car and I'm outside, so I don't know why she was so fucking freaked out. But yeah, apparently it was like pretty fucking rare. Yeah, I shouldn't have waved a knife at her. But that's why I understood when Patrick waved that knife that time.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I know what it's like to go crazy and wave a knife.
Oh my god, I didn't even put
You just turn it and you make it glint, eh?
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
even put two and two together when you just explain that. That's funny.
yeah. Fuck, I might have got in Patrick's head a little bit with the old knife stuff. Yeah. See, we're a bad influence on each other, us two. Yeah.
Yeah. You both were.
He was naughty.
You were
jumping rivers with his car. Patrick. What was it? He was hanging out with a bunch of teenagers, and he had another one where he shot the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people were inside the room and he shot the ceiling. Crazy, eh? He did the most crazy thing. It's so funny. Yeah. He put a bullet hole in the ceiling. Everyone freaked out. They're like, oh! Yeah. Naughty Patrick.
Yeah.
Silly Patrick.
That guy, he
funny
seemed
Patrick.
like I didn't know him for too
Yeah.
long. Like I
Loved
knew him
old
for like
Dog
I'd
Lips.
say
God,
a
he was a
year
funny fella.
before he passed. And he was definitely a character.
Whole community loved him, eh?
Yep. Well, I am gonna go. I'm gonna go back to bed. So thanks for
Good
coming
on
up
you.
and hanging out with me for a bit.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you for
I
having me.
appreciate it.
Nice. Have a good night. Have a good night's sleep. Sorry for
Thanks,
being
you
so
too.
uppity right before bed.
Oh
You
no,
just
please
made me
don't be
click.
sorry.
Yeah.
Please don't be
It's all right.
sorry
Yeah.
and come back
It's all right.
anytime and do the same thing, okay?
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you for having me. That was awesome. Thanks.
Thanks
that
for
was
coming
awesome
up,
hanging out with
Stoic.
you.
Have a great day,
Well,
okay?
we hung out for ages. It's been
I
ages. Thank
know.
you so much. Okay.
You're
I'll let you
welcome.
go
It
to
was
bed.
fun.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. All right, everyone. I hope you all have a great day. I'm actually going to go to the casino.